We also have another guy, another friend of mine, actually. Let me find his name here. No, his name's Larry Allen. Larry also is one of the original Michigan chaplains of comedy. Larry has also performed at Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle, but maybe the most important thing about him is he has toured with the world-famous Tim Steele. So give it up for Larry Allen.
Good evening. Thanks for coming tonight. I'm glad you're here. How about that Tim Steele, huh? Somebody should call Children's Services on that guy. You know, Tim's dad taught him his numbers while he was changing the channels on that television. He can still only count to 13. Actually, I believe Tim missed his calling. You know, with those little hands he's got, he should have been a proctologist. I mean, think about it, guys. So my middle initial is Q. People always want to know what the middle initial stands for. It stands for quintessential. Because I am quintessential health. My doctor keeps a camera in his office, takes my picture every once in a while to show to his patients, says, "This is a picture of health here." Can't you tell? I really am healthy. I just read an article in the JAMA, Journal of American Medical Association. This is true. According to the Journal of American Medical Association, recent studies have proven that overweight people actually live longer than skinny folks. So from the looks of you all, y'all ought to be pretty happy about that. I am sort of into health. I was at the gym a few days ago. I actually do go to the gym. It takes a lot of work to keep this looking like this. And I was at the gym working out, and there was a guy there with a T-shirt celebrating Punchki Day. I thought, that guy must be a schizophrenic. I actually am a biker. On a bicycle. I mean, if I had some tats, I'd look more like tats and leather. I know I'd look more like a biker, but I actually ride a bicycle. I do. Last summer, I did a trip up in the UP. It was a 325-mile circle. We rode in 5 days, and a pretty ambitious thing for a fat boy. People always want to know, you got one of those skinny seats on your bicycle? Yes, I do. But when I get on my bicycle, my seat just kind of disappears. When I get off, it sounds kind of like this. I wear the spandex too. That's right, I've got spandex shorts. I wear the clown shirts. I got the full package. And I know you ladies are getting excited about that, but I'm telling you, you stop that. You're in church tonight. You know, I turned 60 back in November. Can you believe that? Something that looks this good could possibly be 60. I turned 60 years old. You know what that means? You got to go to the doctor more often. I have the greatest doctor in the world. I love my doctor, but there are just things about going to the doctor that annoy me. For example, what's the first thing the doctor does when you go into his office? He wants to weigh you. Now, can't they tell by looking at me I'm still fat? That annoys me. They always want to weigh me. And so you people, you heavy-duty people out there, you know what we do, right? You start going through your closet, picking out all the lightest clothes. You go through your shoes, which shoes are lighter, you know. You just do everything. You trim your toenails, your fingernails. You do everything you can do just to weigh a little bit less on that trip to the doctor. So I finally kind of got it down to a science. I got the perfect outfit for it. First of all, I go commando because, you know, when you're my size, your drawers weigh a couple of pounds. And so I just leave those at home. I got me a pair of running shorts, real lightweight running shorts. They're real short, you know. I got me an undersized tank top. I know you ladies, y'all gonna have to stop that. And got me a pair of flip-flops, and off to the doctor I go. It's all right in the summertime, but I'm telling you, that's rough in February. I look like a 300-pound Richard Simmons with a bald head. But I've actually refined that plan a little bit. I've got a new plan that worked. In fact, my doctor no longer weighs me. I just went to the doctor and demanded to be weighed in the nude. And it worked stop it, ladies. It worked exactly like I thought it would. The MAs, the medical assistants in the doctor's office, every time they knew I was coming to be weighed, they would fight over who got to weigh me. I mean, it was like a war. Their hair would be askew when I come in, pockets ripped off their shirts. It was terrible. But it created such a problem that the doctor decided, okay, y'all don't need to weigh that guy anymore. And so there you go. There's your plan. Just go to the doctor and say, hey, wait just a minute before you weigh me. Just start shedding those clothes. They'll quit weighing you, I promise. It worked like a charm. So recently I had to have a sleep test. Anybody ever have a sleep test? I can't see you. You got to tell me. Yeah. All right, some of you, anywhere you got fat folks, you have people that's had sleep tests. That's just the reality. I had this sleep test. If you've never had one, they put wires from head almost to toe, all over you. They put these wires. They put them on your head. The guy had a caulking gun, and he's putting a little caulk here and sticking a wire to it there. Put it in on my chin, beside my eyes, all around my head, my chest, my back, my legs. I mean, there's wires everywhere. Have to wear 2 belts. There was one he got around my chest. All he could do to reach around there and get it, but when he put the one around my stomach, he couldn't reach around. It slipped out of his hand, popped him in the eye. Poor guy, I thought he's got a Purple Heart now from his service taking care of me. But they finally get you wired up, all belted up and all that stuff on you, and then they say, now go to sleep. Well, it was going pretty well. I was sleeping pretty good, and all of a sudden, I began to get electrocuted. I'm shaking. The wires are sparking. The bed is smoking. I had wet the bed and electrocuted myself. It's not a good combination, salt water and electricity, I'm telling you. It's a great conductor. So, one more story about going to the doctor. I go to the doctor. The MA says, hey, you won the prize today. By the way, he had won the prize. This is back when they were still weighing me. He had won the prize. They had a shiner. Poor guy had gotten a shiner and in the fight trying to get me. But he reaches in the cabinet in the doctor's office and he gives me this thing. On it, it says Hemocult. That's what this is, this little envelope. And it's an amazing little device. In here is a little pop-up card. It's kind of like a miniature let's make a deal game. You got 3 doors. You got door number 1, door number 2, and door number 3. Under each door are 2 windows. There's window number A. It's hard to see there. It's window number A, window number B. It does that for all 3 doors. Great little thing here. It comes with popsicle sticks. Yeah, y'all know where this is going, don't you? I've been asked everywhere I go how many popsicle sticks you get, so I'll tell you before you get to wondering. You get 3 of these little buggers. I want you to look at the sharp points on that thing. It is a dangerous weapon. Now then, I want to read you these instructions. Are you with me? First part of the instructions just tell you to take it out of the envelope like you're some idiot. All right, stick with me here. Listen. Fill in sample, collection, date, and section 1 before your movement. We'll just say movement. Listen to what it says here. Flush the toilet and allow to refill. Are you with me? Now get this. Collect sample before it contacts the toilet bowl water. Now here's the deal. I must have tried a dozen times. I'd get up just as quick as I could, go diving in, I came to the conclusion this is not possible. Maybe I've done something wrong here. You know, us men, we read just enough of the directions to be confused. And so I got my envelope back out and I began to reread the instructions. Oh, look what it says. Use any clean, dry container to collect your sample. So why do they want me to flush my toilet? So now I'm faced with another decision. What do I want to put my sample in? I don't know about you, but I don't have to aim when I do that. I just sit down and it happens. But now that I got it put it somewhere, I got to aim it at something. I'm thinking a Dixie cup is not going to work. Y'all are fun, you know that? So I get to looking around the house. What in the world can I do this with? I look and I look and I look. I really, honestly, I need something fairly large. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, I'm large. And I just needed something large, and I look and I look, and finally I had an epiphany. My wife has this great big bowl for her potato salad. I'm telling you, she makes great potato salad. And I'm thinking, that thing is big enough, that'll work. And so I get the potato salad bowl. I get my safety goggles on. I got me a respirator mask. Sound like Darth Vader. Vader in there. I put on gloves up to my elbow. I collect me a sample. Back to the instructions. Use stick to collect a small sample. Apply a thin smear covering box A. All right, you with me? Door number 1, box A. You get your sample, smear it around. Oh, that's good. You know what it says? Now do that all over again with the other end of your stick. From a different place in your sample. And smeared on box number B. Now what I do with my stick? Oh, I know. You know what door number 2 is for? I got to do this again the next day. Door number 3, I got to do it again the next day. So anyway, I've done day 1. I'm thinking, all right now, I've got this. What do I do with it? I mean, I got to keep it around the house for 3 days. I probably ought to preserve that. And so my next choice is, should it go in the crisper drawer or the meat drawer? Well, it is vegetable. Oh, but it's meat too, isn't it? I probably should have put it on the junk food shelf, but I opted for the crisper drawer, so I stick it in there. And, I hadn't told my wife about any of this. She come home and she goes to the refrigerator, gets something out. She says, you know, I think something's gone bad in that refrigerator. Really, honey? So we're not done. All right, now listen. You've gone 3 days. You've collected all your samples. Now guess what they want you to do? It comes with a self-addressed envelope. It's self-addressed, but there's no postage. Can you imagine what it ought to cost to deliver this thing? I mean, really, what would I have to pay you to deliver this thing? I had no idea. I called my post lady. I said, you know, I don't know how much postage to put on this thing. She said, well, what is it? I said, you don't want to know. She said, well, what's it weigh? Well, a little more than it did when I got it. I said, I'm going to pin it on the mailbox. That's what we do. We got a clothespin. We put things on the mailbox. I'm going to pin it on the mailbox for you to come. But you might want to wear your rubber gloves when you come to the house. The real trick was sealing the envelope. I didn't have the heart to do that. I said, honey, would you seal this for me? Hey, it's been good to be with y'all. I've enjoyed it. Hey, I just live over in Roseville. Stop by sometime. We'll have us some potato salad.
Well, and I said Tim Steele had a potty mouth. I had no idea.